Candace, when Candace and Ben are when Candace and Ben are trending, it's automatically something where they have this vision inside their head that everything that they say is correct, and it bothers me. It legitimately bothers me how much. It's not like stupid people can get ahead in life. Like that's. It's just how are y'all letting her get away with this? Like at some point, I said this in an opinion piece I did a couple months back. I was sitting there like, you're not serious when you're saying this is the standard at which you want to think. But every day people keep proving me fucking wrong, so I love it. Love it. So yeah, she's going off about Harry Styles as though we don't have bigger problems at the moment. So this is what I like to call conservative copium overload. Because it's the baby who didn't get the toy, so now I'm just gonna smash all your shit, bro. Like, oh, you want to beat me in 2K? I'm smashing your shit, bro. Like, it's so embarrassing that these people are the standard for like media on the right. Like, I would love it if I was stupid enough to be able to attach myself to literally anything that I could to make myself have some type of feeling because nobody loves me. But holy shit, like, you can stop at some point and it'll be okay. Somebody needs to tell her it's okay to just be like, look, I was making bread and I was having to say all that. I didn't really buy it. Like, I'm gonna let it go. But no, they want to continue forward and forward, on and on, trying to like break down these absolutely ridiculous arguments into child's play. Oh, I was looking, the tolerant left. It's enough when you have to think about how stupid it is to even, and that's the problem with them. They make these arguments up in their head and they put it out because they know it's going to get a reaction. Then it becomes viable in the area of conversation. So when you're trying to debate somebody and they're living in on planet, Xenos, like, come on. It's enough where you have to think about it in some form or fashion as being exhausting or tiring, to have to constantly rework your thinking patterns to match everything that they're trying to put together here. But at the same, get out of my face! Get out of my face! So she says some dumb shit out her mouth. But before that, we're supposed to believe that our intelligence agencies can track and take out an Iranian terrorist overnight, but they can't manage to get to the root of Antifa and Black Lives Matter. Well-funded domestic terrorist cells that have been operating unchecked for years. First of all, if you had ever watched a movie ever in your life, you know that you just used domestic terrorist cells really wrong. But that's me nitpicking the stupidness of this argument. And I'm trying to avoid myself from like going more aggressive with how I describe how much I actually internally hate Candace Owens and the way like, you ever get a bad like, I'm just so mad. It's been 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'm already aggravated to the point where I don't want to go anymore. But we're gonna dig deep into this weird woman and try to figure out why she is the way that she is. So we're supposed to believe that our intelligence agencies can track and take out blah, blah, blah. Antifa and Black Lives Matter physically assaulted Trump supporter by macing him and beating him over the head with a flagpole. I wish this was, I wish that was domestic terrorism because, then, you know what they're going to do? I promise you, in the next... relax. In the next, like, 5 minutes of Earth time, which will probably be about 2 weeks, you're going to hear them say something that's akin to black people live inside domestic terrorist zones because they are them. That's what this is ramping up to. All those democratic cities are going to be labeled like Antifa safe houses because black people are like part of the, I promise you, they're going to link the violence in black communities to this violence and be like, they're all domestic terrorists. Let's just get rid of the black people. And at that point, is she going to be like, oh, we brought it on ourselves? Oh my God. So it's weird that she could say that like just now. It's weird that she could say that just now. But as we go up to the Harry Styles shit, I guarantee you they're gonna they're gonna hold on. So because it's like I could really like debate that a much deeper. Mandatory vaccinations will be next. Required vaccination IDs to enter businesses and travel. Mark my words. That's already happening. I see. You can't proclaim shit that's happening and then put this ominous tone over it. You're pushing the. You're not even pushing a narrative. You're pushing like garbage, and people eat that shit up because you're black, and that's not. As a word, there's a word for people who use their black skin to push white ideals, but we're not gonna go into that right now. Why would I want to? Yeah. Facts. I thought it was, a Democratic hoax. I thought it wasn't real. 15-0. 15-0! I've never been so embarrassed in my life, man. I've never been so embarrassed in my goddamn life. Hit that follow, please, if you haven't already. Yeah, badge, blah, blah, blah. We could talk about Twitter bots for 8 hours. Like, that's kind of what I wanted to do one stream is like just go through my personal and my account and just like label all the bots that you can see and tell. Like, it's either paid accounts or it's literally created last week accounts. Like, you're not coming into this stream for watching 24 like minutes of it and then being like, oh, that's a bad take. Clearly you haven't been here long enough. Clearly. But it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's day one, so I'm wearing my Breonna Taylor mask. A few of my Republican colleagues have called me Breonna, assuming that's my name. It hurts, but I'm glad to come to the name started by my presence here. Breonna must be central to our work in Congress. There's already a Justice for Breonna Taylor Act, which is introduced to Congress in June. Hasn't passed, only in one state. You know this. Like, I know. Oh my God. I know you use Google. I know you use fucking Google. Yo, I'm about to be like, I'm going to go on full socialist, abolish all schools. Because at this point, like, I could obtain fucking that's so bad. Everyone could obtain information much quicker without teachers. Because this is the failure of our education system. How do you get to go so far in life just lying? Like, it's the internet. It's something about the internet and just everyone's intangible, like, is this the road that conservatives want to go down? Because that's such a dying hill that you have to climb first. Like, you have to climb that. You are literal ants. Literal ants. And trying to crawl up a huge ass hill to make points that aren't even valid in the realm of, like, integrity. Holy shit. Just the integral parts of society all kind of remain around these three topics. The pursuit of health. It's the pursuit of health. The pursuit of... Fuck, I forgot the other two. Anyway, the only one I wanted to focus on was the pursuit of health. So the pursuit of health is the idea that society has to function in a way where no two direct humans can harm each other to the point of needing repair. Society needs that in order to function because your possessions become meaningless if anybody can just come and kill you and take them. We kind of live in that world now, but it's much more sophisticated. And when I say we live in that world, I really mean like America and a lot of capitalist nations live in this like delusion that resources are infinite, but both at the same time finite. So whatever, right? Just off like the strength of understanding that education is so simple to get behind and people like this still exist. It was introduced, sponsored by Republican Senator Rand Paul. Don't use it. Like, is she questionably trying to like aggravate everyone by throwing out the names of people that don't function in government to the degree where you could give them that as an accolade? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's never how it works. Hope you had a good first day on the side of perpetual wage-based stupidity known as Democrats in Congress. Wow. 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 Candace Owens is trending because a bunch of whiny idiots. Her statement, of course, is true and utterly self-evident and would have provoked no reaction as recently as a decade ago. That's because society learned. I don't get why people think society should have remained the same as it was 10 years ago. Yeah, it's a dramatic shift, but that's because more of us were brought in, like, together. So now all these ideas are getting bunched up into these beautiful places where you can explore and understand people a lot closer. Maybe 10 years ago you didn't meet a trans person. Now over the internet you've met like 14 of them. So inside of your head, you're now more accepting and less willing to live on the backs of your old ideals because you understand more about the other people. Why is this not a common ideology? How do you exist to speak these things? Just you saying that inside of your own statement should trigger a thought in your head. Hey, maybe, we finally grew as a place and we don't judge people based on that anymore. So bringing that back up is quite simply something that's too strong for us to want to deal with right now. So we'd rather snuff it out as opposed to bring it up and try to teach somebody what we already know. It's just better to be accepting of other people than to be... Nope, not Candace. Not Candace Owens. No, not Candace. There is no society that can survive without strong men. That's a lie. The East knows this. That's a lie. I think I tweeted in response to that. Anybody want to tell her about like Japan in a non-xenophobic way? What the fuck? Something went terribly wrong. Real men don't wear dresses. End of story. Like, how do I unpack that? Somebody in chat tell me. How do I unpack that? How do I unpack that to a degree? I'm going to just start replying to people on Twitter now. That's what we're going to do. I'm just going to go after every single troll I see. So imagine you are a man right now. You find yourself reading this. Which is wearing something out of the norm. Somehow this point. How dumb do you sound? I hate, like, sometimes I just want to, like, twit longer every reply I ever give, because, like, I'm trying to write 5-paragraph essays. So, yeah, so she's going after Harry Styles for no reason. For no reason. You remember the Seinfeld episode? Remember the Seinfeld episode where it was the European? Like, this was that entire argument. The entire argument right here.
Hey, George, here's the model number on that chair, by the way.
Nice wallet.
Wallet.
What?
Nobody carries wallets anymore. I mean, they went out with powdered wigs. Yeah, see, here's what you need. Just a couple of cards and your bankroll. See? Keep the big bills on the outside.
It's a 5. You know, it is better without this big wallet. It's more comfortable.
It doesn't matter if it's more comfortable. It's wrong.
You don't put your wallet inside of your pocket. I mean, you're supposed to in your pants pocket, but that's why people get robbed often because they put them in their coat pocket. I just throw that shit in my book bag, bro. I ain't got my wallet on me. Like, I got weed in the back if you want that, bro.
Why?
Because my book bag has like a hidden it has a hidden pocket for things like that. So they'll be searching through it and they'll never see it.
Just give me to oppose this makes me think I'm on. Of course, because of that
Plant. A couple napkins. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, because it's so stupid. Man, I went on a.
I'm just looking for the scene to make the argument.
So that
Yeah.
Joe Mayo throws the worst parties, doesn't he?
See?
What was your job? Taste in music? I understand. Why didn't you tell us you had it?
I needed it. Well, at least I'm not carrying a purse.
It's not a purse. It's European.
It's a fucking bag. Who cares? Like, this is the whole thing with these people. Who cares what you're... Why would a man limit himself to such a small amount that he is be able to hold with just to, like, somehow validate his man? Like, why is that an intrinsic... So, if I go out there and I'm slashing lumber every day, I'm hitting it. Clink, clink, clink. I'm killing bears with my bare hands. Yeah, I said it. Clink, like, snuffing. You telling me all of a sudden because I come out with a European carry-all, like, now I'm not a guy? That's such an understandably weird, like, version of reality. Ununderstandably. I don't understand it. That's all. Just, I can't get it because it's not attaching. And, like, people buy into this. I wanted to debate a conservative, if some of you know who I'm talking about. And he just was following this woman. Like, yeah, she's right. You're right. Black people got to think for themselves. Like, we just keep swallowing with the Democratic Party. And, like, you're backing these ideals. You make things like this become mainstream topics of conversation that we all have to now, like, come together cohesively to explain, no, honey, that's not how life is anymore. But they don't care. They don't care because it's funny to them. It's funny until people start dying. Then it's not funny.
Guitar, first lesson free.
Hey! 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 Officer! There he goes! Someone took my European carry-all!
The what?
It's a purse. Yes, a purse! I carry a purse!
It shouldn't have been that big a deal.